Hello friends, my name is James Hawkins, and as always I'm joined by my good friends Brian Castiglione and Anthony Alessino, as well as my younger brother, Jack Hawkins. On this show we're all about parlays, overs, unders, spreads, and money lines. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Parlay-Vous. What up and welcome back to the Parlay-Vous podcast. We are gearing up for NFL Week 2. James Hawkins, Jack Hawkins, Brian Castiglione. We are here. Some of us are queer and we're ready to fucking do the thing. All right? We're going to, obviously, as always, recap what we did last week. And we're going to start with college football. If you're familiar with the show, last season I dove into making college football picks every week. Now, we did a whole conversation about this last Friday, about how the resurgence of the game has brought new fans back into college football, like Jack, like Nick Castiglione, like fucking Alessino. A lot of other people are now interested in what's happening on Saturdays as a result of the game. So I believe Jack will be making picks with us all year.
Hell yeah.
Was a rough start for your boy. We went with the Iowa State battle for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. We went for the under in that game. It was under 35.5 total points.
And what did I tell you?
And they certainly hit the over. I don't remember what the final score was.
So low.
Well, yeah, because Iowa plays
meddling
bone-crushing defense and runs the shit out of the football. We took the under. It didn't cash. That was a loss. The absolute pick of the day, pick of the week, I argued with people in real life about this. It was Tennessee minus 10 over NC State. By the time kickoff came around, you could get it at 8.5, 8 at some markets, and they won 51-10.
Yeah.
It was never going to be close. I highlighted last week why it would never be close, because NC State, Grayson McCall, starting quarterback, 3-year starter at Coastal Carolina, playing in the Sun Belt. Now we're going to go over and play with the big boys
in the ACC.
In the ACC, in a Power 5 conference. And we're playing Tennessee, that's SEC football. You're going to come over and you're going to play a team who I believe has the best quarterback in the nation and plays SEC defense. It was never going to go well. Throw that on top of the fact that in week 0 they opened up against Western Carolina and the spread was 34 points. They were tied 14-14 at halftime, got out of there with a 28-14 win. Tennessee absolutely fucking murdered them, smashed them 51-10. That was the easiest play of the entire slate on Saturday for me, and it should have been for anyone who watches college football. Here's the really fun one, Brian. Here's the really fun bad beat.
Oh, God.
We had the Utah Utes minus 14.5 points against the Baylor Bearcats. Everything's going great. 7-year quarterback, 25-year-old Cam Rising is leading the Utes up and down the field. There's roughly 6 minutes left in the first half, 23-0. All but covered. This should be no problem, right? You would say so? 23. Yeah, almost halftime. They're driving down the field again, 23-0. Well, then disaster strikes, as you knew it would. Cam Rising on his way out of bounds, throws the ball on his way out of bounds, gets shoved, clearly a late hit, extending of the arms, pushes Cam Rising into the Gatorade table, which is way too close to the sideline.
I was about to say.
And Cam Rising lands into the bottom steel undercarriage of the Gatorade table, head, chest, and arms first, breaks 2 fingers in his throwing hand, leaves the football game. That's not the best part, Brian. Who is the backup quarterback for the Utah Utes? Enter true freshman, 18-year-old Isaac Wilson, younger brother of Zachary Wilson, former quarterback of the New York Jets. Now look, Isaac Wilson, it's going to be hard. I'm sure there were people, he's missing a few throws. I'm sure there are people already making the jokes about his brother. First of all, not fair to Zach. We know what Zach was in college. The fact that he didn't pan out in the NFL does not mean he wasn't a good quarterback in college. 2, we're talking about a true freshman. I'm sure Isaac Wilson can play. Nevada State Player of the Year last year. Nevada State 6A state champion. Did a ton of good shit over his career in high school. This is a true freshman, 18-year-old, coming in and playing Power 5 ball right away.
Freshman or sophomore?
True freshman.
You said sophomore earlier.
Freshman. He's a true freshman.
I'm just saying.
He's been in college for 3 weeks.
He enrolled in April. He was an early enrollment. Got there in April. Shows up. Just kind of sputtered the entire. I think they got a field goal under Isaac Wilson the rest of the game. They wound up only winning by 11 points. Obviously, they're not concerned about a spread. They knew they were going to be able to coast to a victory. They weren't concerned about Cam Rising's hand. Last I heard, it's still up in the air whether or not he will be playing this week. If not, Isaac will get the nod again. Just an all-time bad beat, especially as a Jets fan that's been kicked in the nuts repeatedly by Zach Wilson over the last 3 years. Now I got to watch his brother fucking lose me money too. It was an all-time bad beat. But look, so just... They would have covered. I know it's a woulda, coulda, shoulda game, whatever. I know I sound like an idiot here. You can't tell me if you watched that game that they weren't. They were on their way to a 42-0 blowout win with Cam Rising in the game. Jack. So I went 1-2 in week 1. Jack.
So, moving on to my college picks of last week. Took the Duke money line playing fucking electric. Always electric.
Unlock it.
Can we take a quick 10-second remission? When you opened up your phone before and you saw me laughing hysterically, that's what was on the display of the phone. That's why I was laughing so hard. Sorry, Jack, go ahead.
So, anyway, moving on. My picks from last week was the Duke money line, who played Northwestern and beat the living piss out of them. We also had Clemson minus 16.5, who played another not so great school, won like 52-26, easy cover. And the bad beat of the week, Maryland won 18-10. Spread was -9, and I forget who they played. Bad beat, but a solid 2-1 start for my first college segment. So I can't complain. Jim, you want me to go over my college picks this week?
Go ahead.
So, my first pick of the week, I got Texas Christian University at UCF.
The Frogs.
The Frogs.
The Horned Frog.
The Horned Frogs. Plus 2.5 at UCF. TCU's been making a pretty good habit of beating up on some teams this year on a little revenge tour from last year. I feel pretty good about Texas Christian. I saw bits and pieces of some of their games this year, but they've just been beating people up, like winning games they shouldn't be winning, according to the book. So I have a feeling they're going to keep going on a tear this year, try and get back to what they were a couple years ago, and that was the semifinal for the Natty, or was it the Natty?
What game?
Texas Christian 2 years ago. Were they in the Natty, or was it the semifinal?
They played in the national championship.
Yeah, trying to get back to those Natty days. So I think nice little solid team with a little chip on their shoulder going into UCF. Next up, gotta go with my boys. I gotta go with Florida College, the University of Florida, at Texas A&M plus 3.5. It's SEC football, baby. What better matchup?
True freshman DJ Lagway getting his second start. Lit it up last week, albeit playing against Samford. We'll see if he can do it again.
Listen, gotta go with what you got. Next up, again, another favorite of mine. Little ACC action. We got the Duke Blue Devils playing one of the independent college schools, UConn. Duke minus 16.5. UConn fucking sucks at football. Stay that way.
I wouldn't think UConn would be a good football team.
They're not.
They don't strike me as a football school.
They aren't. But my fun little side bet that I saw that everyone's thinking about. Everyone's probably going to put a little too much money, especially them college football kids. Coastal Carolina is minus 17.5 at home against Temple. Little side cheddar to see that in a little teal field. But, just wanted to bring that one up. But my picks this week are TCU plus 2.5, Florida plus 3.5, and Duke minus 16.5.
Not bad picks. My picks this week are going to be very simple. I'm going with a simple philosophy this week. Large spread, like if you're afraid of a large spread, don't listen to me this week because we're going with big spreads. I'm just going to keep it simple, stupid. We're going to kiss this one on the cheek. We're going with the quarterbacks. I'm going with 3 of the top 5 or 6 quarterbacks in the country covering massive spreads. Number 1 right off the bat, Jack, your phone screen locks way too quickly. Number 1 right off the bat, we're going with who I believe to be right now the best team in the country, and no, it's not the Georgia Bulldogs. The Texas Longhorns just went into the Big House and played the defending national champions and beat the fucking brakes off of them. They won by 19, but Michigan got a garbage time touchdown at the end of the game, so we're realistically talking about a 26-point victory over the defending national champions. Made them look silly. Quinn Ewers is definitely one of the best quarterbacks in the country. High-powered, high-octane offense. They got to the playoffs last year. I expect more of the same this year. They are hosting the University of Texas San Antonio. The phone locked again. The spread is 35 or 35.5 points. Play that up to 36. Texas minus 35.5. Similar fashion, not quite as big of a spread. University of Mississippi, Ole Miss will be traveling to Wake Forest to take on the Demon Deacons. Jackson Dart, another contender for best quarterback in the country, certainly going to be going if the draft was tomorrow, he's going in the top 10 of the draft next year. Another high-octane, high-powered offense against a team that just can't get it done on defense. Ole Miss minus 22.5. And then for the third pick, it is going to be who I believe should be the Heisman favorite currently. I doubt he is, but transfer quarterback Cam Ward for the University of Miami Hurricanes. If you're not familiar with Cam Ward's story, get familiar with it. Cam Ward was one of these no-offer guys, went to JUCO, then went to Wazoo last year, now is a fifth-year grad transfer over at Miami. He's getting conversations to be a number one first-round pick in the draft next year. He should be everyone's favorite right now. The gambling favorite is Quinn Ewers. He jumped to number one after the win in the Big House last week, but I don't need that anymore. Cam Ward is as advertised, every bit as good as any of the other top quarterbacks in the nation this year, especially seniors and juniors, guys coming out for the draft. They are playing, I didn't see who the matchup was. They're minus 36.5, and we're just going to trust the
Ball
State. Minus 36.5, Miami. Minus 35.5, Texas. Minus 22.5, Ole Miss. Trust the talent. Trust the guys who will be playing on Sundays over the guys who will be selling insurance during the week next year. Very simple.
You okay over there, Brian?
No, it was a good line. The selling insurance next year.
I don't think I've ever heard a NFL player go, my name, Ball State University.
Ball State.
Ball so hard.
Ball so hard university is different. That ain't Ball State, bro.
I like that when you were giving your paycheck, you said Florida University in 3 different ways.
Said Florida College.
Florida.
University
of Florida.
Florida College.
Jack Hogjost, University of Florida, Florida College, and
Florida College
Florida.
At Gainesboro. The Swamp.
The Gators.
You know who we are. We wear blue and orange. As in Gatorade?
Yeah.
Those Gators.
He played with
the Gatorade Gators.
That's how they became Gatorade.
Yeah, Gatorade's named after the
After
Florida
the Gators, I know. The original OG orange.
No, yellow.
Yellow. I thought orange was the OG.
Yellow. It was just called Gatorade. It didn't even have a flavor.
They're like, yo, you're drinking lemon lime.
It's like lemonade
That's it.
for the Gators. Handicapping. Last week I had the slight edge over Jack. I went 6-7-2. Jack went 5-8-2. So now, let us handicap. I suppose I will keep score here.
He supposes.
Yeah, I'll write down everybody.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I'll circle mine so I have it.
So instead of intending and supposing, he is going to.
He's confirming.
One of you guys just want to run down the line.
Game by game?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to skip Thursday because, technically this Thursday night's game happened already.
Okay. So first up, San Fran, Minnesota. Spread was -7.5.
Give me San Fran. Oh no, are you sure? Are those your picks?
Oh
or those...
my God, you guys!
I've got the book here.
Why the fuck I was looking at that?
You have them, Jack?
I do have the book
Okay, go
here.
ahead.
So our first game is actually going to be the Las Vegas Raiders at Baltimore Ravens. The spread is 8.5, and I'm taking the Ravens
Where is it?
in Baltimore.
Yeah, I'll take the Ravens.
Likewise.
Next up, we got the Nolans Saints at the Boys in Jerry World. Taking the Boys in Jerry World -6. And the spread is -6.
Yeah, give me the Cowboys. I don't know if the Saints are that much better than the Browns, but they might be.
Yeah, I'm going to take Dallas as well.
Next up, now we have the San Francisco 49ers in Minnesota. Minnesota Vikings spread is 5.5 in the Niners' favor. I'm going to be taking the 49ers.
Yeah.
Sounds like a universal
Minus
agreement.
5.5.
5.5.
I'm going to take Minnesota.
Oh. Sam Darnold revenge game.
Wow.
It's got all the makings of a short week. Just beat the piss out of the Jets.
Oh, yeah, they played.
They just played on Monday night.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought they were going Monday, Thursday, but don't mind me.
Next up, we got the Chargers in Carolina. Spread is -6 in the Chargers' favor, and I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, I know I talked bad about them, but I'm going to take the Chargers, too. The Panthers are just very bad.
And also, James, just to add on what you said last episode, if you didn't want to root for the Giants, root for your favorite team with with your favorite jersey color, that excludes the Panthers.
Yeah, unless you have like personal, psychological, emotional ties to the Carolina Panthers, do not root for them or bet on them.
Cheapest tickets in the NFL.
I don't know if there's a spread high enough that we'll see in an actual NFL game this year that would scare me away from betting against the Panthers.
Yeah.
I think I might start a new philosophy where I just put $100 against the Panthers every week and live with the result.
It's not a bad idea.
So I'm also taking the Chargers -6.
It's better than betting menstrual cycles in the WNBA.
Okay, well, that's something.
You've never seen that?
Just keep going. Why would you even just keep
We
going?
got the Seattle Seahawks at the New England Patriots in New England. The spread is 3.5 in the Seahawks' favor, and I'm taking New England.
New England plus 3.5.
Plus 3.5.
Seattle did look.
I'm taking Seattle -3.5. Oh fuck! I just wrote that down in the blind spot.
You could leave it. So,
Yeah.
Next up, we got them Indianapolis Colts in Green Bay. Spread is -3 in the Colts' favor. I'm going to take the Colts. Fuck Malik Willis. Guy does not deserve to be a starting quarterback on a football field.
-3.5.
-3.
yeah, I'll take the Colts, too.
Yeah, it's a
Malik
clean.
just makes me nervous. I don't know what the offense is even going to look like.
I'm also going to take Indy, but I don't feel that great about it.
I'm not like over if the Packers cover, I get it, but Malik Willis is a huge variable.
Oh, it's
Huge
it's
variable.
more than a variable. I think he's awful at playing football, but I just feel like this screams trap game. Vegas will get murdered on this line. Vegas will get murdered on this line. Unless they know something we don't, and what we know as gamblers is often they do.
Yeah.
You got to remember, Anthony Richardson has wowed everybody in his limited experience in the NFL here. He's a guy who is likely to turn the ball over at the least opportune time. So I'm saying they could win. This could be like a 10-9, 17-14, 21-20 kind of a game.
Yeah, if Anthony Richardson throws fucking 3 for 13 on all of his deep shots he takes, It was 9 for 19 last week, and all of his throws were beyond 20-plus yards.
Yeah. So is that a formula for success long term?
I mean, if you can run, yeah, I guess. We'll see what happens. Next up, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Motor City, Detroit Lions. Line is 7.5 in the Lions' favor. I'm taking the fucking Buccaneers to cover, baby.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bucs, too. I don't think they'll win, but
One day, hopefully, my new hometown team. One day, hopefully.
Bucs are kind of an interesting team, for sure.
I'm also going to take Tampa Bay plus 7.5. They're one of these teams, I don't know how much we actually learned about them in week 1. I mean, you don't learn really much about anyone in the NFL in week 1, but we definitely didn't get any answers. But more than a touchdown, I feel, is a little crazy. For a team that had to go to overtime against a very banged-up Rams team.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the New York Football Jets at the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. Jets are 3.5. And I'll take the Jets.
I'm also taking the Jets. because they have to win.
Yeah, that was going to be my argument too. Is you have to come out and beat the brakes off the Titans here. So I'll take the Jets too. Even though it was kind of tempting to take Tennessee.
Next up, we got the New York Football Giants at the Washington Commies in Washington. Washington Commanders are -2.
I'm just going to say it. I'm taking Washington.
Yeah, I'm taking Washington. Sorry, Brian.
No, I mean,
if everything else is equal, they're at least at home, and they have the more entertaining and electrifying quarterback.
yeah, I'll take Washington just because I don't feel any confidence in the Giants at all.
Next up, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are -3 at home. Deshaun Watson sucks. I'm going to take the Jaguars -3.
I'm going to go ahead and take Cleveland.
Yeah, I think I might do the same. Yeah, I'm going to do the same. Even if the Jaguars win, I feel like that defense will play better.
Deshaun Watson might suck, but the Jaguars' defense isn't a hair on the ass of the Dallas Cowboys' defense. You know? And that's why I'm going Cleveland here.
I guess. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Rams at the Arizona Cardinals. The home team, the Arizona Cardinals, have moved to -1. Potentially the first pick'em of the year. And I'm going to take the Rams +1.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
I'm going to go with Jack on this one. I'm going to take the Rams +1.
Next up, we have the Cincinnati Bengals in the Kansas City Chiefs' hometown. Kansas City -5. And are we all universal here on the -5 for
Yeah,
Kansas
I
City?
think that's fine. Especially after last week with the Bengals.
Yeah, Kansas City -5. What are we doing?
Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road heading to Denver. The Steelers are -2.5 in the mountains.
Yeah, Pittsburgh defense is going to eat Bo Nix
I was going to
alive.
say the same thing. Defense is too good. J.J. Watt.
It's
is
-2.5.
doing his
Yeah.
thing.
It's a key line right there. I'm taking the Steelers -2.5. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears at the Houston Texans in prime time. The Texans -6 at home. You see, this game I don't like.
I'm
I
going to
don't like it
go
one bit.
with the Texans, mainly because Caleb looked fine.
-7.5.
6, -6.
Caleb looked fine.
6
But-
even?
Even.
Sorry.
Two of Chicago's touchdowns last week were defense or special teams.
A defense and a special teams.
So, you know,
Well, does that speak more to the defense or does that speak more to Caleb?
speaks more to that I don't think the Texans are going to be as sloppy as
The Titans.
the Titans were.
I mean, we did get a pretty legendary NFL picture this past weekend. Will Levis falling to his knees.
Yeah,
hands on
that
his
was
head.
pretty good, yeah.
The "oh no, it's over"
Yeah, the
stance.
oh no was pretty good. Yeah.
I done
Even
goofed.
watching it on the live, you just see him in the corner as the camera pans.
Yeah.
Just
falling
amazing.
to his knees. The oopsie whoopsie. I made an oopsie poopsie. Oh no.
Just a little whoopsie daisy.
I'm gonna take the Texans -6. Took me a minute there.
I'm taking the Bears. The Bears +6.
I'm going to take Texas, if I didn't say that already.
Yeah, we got you locked in for Texans.
And now we got Monday night primetime football. We got the Dirty Birds against the regular Birds. And I'm not gonna lie, -6.5 for the Eagles at home. I'm taking fucking the Falcons. Fuck the Eagles,
They're
dude.
at Philly.
They're at Philly.
+6.5.
+6.5 for the Falcons.
What concerns me is the way the Falcons' offense looked last week, but I don't think that's going to be the case overall for the whole year.
Comeback game. Fresh start.
Not against Philly.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
take
kind of feel
Philly.
the same way. Philly still looked pretty good against the Packers. Packers are definitely at least feel better than the Falcons right now. I'll go with Philly. But hey, this could be the week Kirk Cousins when the offense figures it out and Bijan.
Could be the week Kirk Cousins doesn't look like a moron.
Yeah, I mean,
every week could be the week.
I mean, I don't know. The game is on prime time.
Yeah, I feel.
I don't know.
It is primetime Kirk Cousins. I didn't even think about that. But talk about what we were talking about with Rodgers on the other episode. He did look hobbled on that Achilles. He did look like he couldn't move at all.
Yeah.
The inverse of Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, too, age is a factor. I know we got the stem cell surgery and the speed. What was it, a speed bar? Didn't they put something in his foot?
The speed brace.
Speed brace.
Yeah.
So.
I was going to say, we got mods for fucking our bodies now, dude.
Yeah,
he put fucking car mods on our
watched
fucking
a video
feet.
on it online. It does something with the tendon itself.
I mean, shit, dude. Has he got a spoiler on the back of his helmet, too? Is he wearing a Guardian cap? Is he aerodynamic?
He's wearing the oldest helmet that they'll let you wear. Rodgers?
No, Kirk.
Kirk didn't get the speed brace, did he?
No, Rodgers
got the speed brace. I don't know if Kirk also did.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kirk. My bad. No. Rodgers? Yeah. Oh, God, no. Not.
All right.
He's got nitrous oxide on him, dude. He's running some illegal shit.
Let's keep it moving. Let's
some
talk
secret ayahuasca weapons.
Let's talk next. Let's talk last week and the picks that were made. My Glizzy God was the Cardinals plus 6.5 covered, but did not win.
Damn.
Jack's Glizzy God was the Titans. Forget what the spread was in that game.
4.5.
3.5, and they didn't cover.
It was an oopsie poopsie by Will Levis.
So we did a 2 Glizzies 1 bun parlay for 100 to win 750, and then we've decided we will allot Jack 1 unit every week for the Big Dick Swing of the Week. You want to hear what the Big Dick Swing of the Week parlay was last week?
Yeah.
Miami -3, Houston -3. Wait a minute. Tennessee
that
money.
was a parlay of mine myself.
Miami -3, Houston -3, Tennessee money line.
Damn.
And
the Jews.
That's not that big of a swing. You know, that's just 3 teams.
The Jews.
First touchdown of the game on Friday night to be Eagles defense or special teams.
There wasn't a touchdown scored until the second quarter, so I was really hoping for it.
P.S. Not only did that not happen, Tennessee lost, Miami pushed. Did Houston cover 3?
Yes.
Yeah, because I had them at 4.5.
So you went 1 for 4. Not bad.
On a big dick swing.
We lost 100 on the Glizzy parlay. We lost 100 on Jack's Big Dick Swing of the Week parlay. But we were smart. We wanted to cover our bases. Our remaining $800 went on the Dallas Cowboy money line. That paid us back $912 for a net win of $712 on the week. Our bankroll was $1,712 coming into week 2. So that's what we have to play with here. Before we make some wagers here, let's go with Glizzy Gods.
Oh.
Not a big week for the Glizzy here. This is a very, it's a sad Glizzy week. This is like an Easter type of
And
Glizzy.
if you do happen to be new for the show, this is a term that's existed for 5 years now. So I will just refresh you. The Glizzy God pick of the week, if you don't know what a glizzy is, it's a white person slang term for a hot dog. And a hot dog, obviously, dog, underdog. We're looking for underdogs. We're looking for underdogs that are going to win the game outright. In order to be eligible for the Glizzy God pick of the week, you need to be at least +3 on the spread. And I think I know who mine is.
I think I know who yours is too, which
It's
is why
hard to pick against what I just put in. Because there was, like Jack's saying, it's really not a great week for Glizzies.
I'm taking Chicago.
I knew you were going to take Chicago.
Oh, well, Brian, do you need time or am I going to take one here?
No, I know what I'm going to take. It's going to go against what I picked in my picks, but I really can't do anything about that because... So out of all these games, the one that I think is the best for the Glizzy, even though I picked against it initially, I'm going to take the Patriots at +3.5.
I like it, because I was thinking about that too. Yeah. But my Glizzy God of the week is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Bucs were in second place for me.
Same. The
win
win
guys
scares
pick them, so therefore...
The win scares me.
It's a Glizzy God. That's what's supposed to happen. It's the underdog. Always love rooting for an underdog. Shout out Charlie.
Who?
Charles.
Charles?
Shout out Charlie. He's a big underdog in my life right now. I'm
I
always
don't know
rooting
who
for him.
Charlie is.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'm just giving him a quick shout out, bro.
Alright.
I'm always rooting
What
for
up,
him. He's an
Charlie?
underdog.
No free shout outs, not on my show.
Yeah, you're gonna have to invoice Charlie.
Fuck, dude. That's a bad beat for Charlie.
Yeah, well, $15.
Losing streak is a losing streak, I guess.
Alright, our bankroll is $1,712. We're going to keep it kosher here. We only have $1,000 to spend this week.
You gentlemen figure out what you need to do because I'm constructing.
Units are $100. Jack is going to construct his $100 Big Dick Swing of the Week parlay. Let's try to keep it similar here and just try to be safe.
Okay.
Chargers -6.
Yeah.
700.
Okay.
What's that going to pay out? Like 640.
648. I had to do quick math there. Better at quick math with the new job, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Better with quick math.
I mean, I just guessed and I was $8 off.
Yeah.
Like I did. I took an educated
Yeah,
guess.
I'm not at that point. I probably will never be. I don't know how the fuck you can calculate that, but that's for another day.
Just quick math, you know.
Yeah, your math is quicker.
Well, yeah, estimates. You know, we just guess. So that leaves us with 300. Obviously, Jack is going to sprinkle 100 on the Big Dick Swing of the Week, which means I'll give you 100 to play with on your own as well, Brian.
So I just only get the Big Dick Swing?
You have $100 to do whatever you want with it. I just assumed that was the Big Dick Swing of the Week.
gonna
Are
look
you
at that.
against the Chargers -6 over the fucking Panthers?
No.
Then you're in. Then you're in for the 700 that we also.
Oh,
put in.
okay. So I said let you guys instruct. I wasn't familiar with the slate.
I just said let's go for something easy, just like we did last week with the Cowboys. Chargers -6 feels easy against the Panthers. My second choice would have been Jets -3.5 over Tennessee. I would like to not be hurt in my heart and in the bankroll by the Jets 2 weeks in a row. So that's what led me to ask Brian about the Chargers. Brian said yes. We put 700 on it.
How do we feel about
You
I
can-
agree with the situation.
You cannot put 100 on the Big Dick Swing of the Week. You can just leave the Big Dick Swing of the Week separately and just make it, hey, this is the Big Dick Swing of the Week. We don't have to actually put fake money on it and just calculate the odds, and then we can give you $100 to play with.
No, that's
elsewhere.
not in the spirit of the game.
Okay, then fucking that's the way it's gonna be then. we each have $100 to play with outside of the 700 on the Chargers -6.
Mm-hmm. See, I wore a beanie today in the middle of fucking September when it's still hot out because, you know, got to keep the brain moving, got to keep a hot
Gotta
head.
keep it warm.
Call me Beanie Bob, baby.
Keep the blood flow going, huh?
Beanie Bob, baby.
Steelers -2.5. Do we feel confident against the Falcons?
I do, but this is your pick. And you can also parlay it. It doesn't have to be $100 straight bet. You do whatever you want with this $100. It's just one unit. That's
We're
the
keeping
only
it in
rule.
the game of playing safe out the gate.
Well, the way it is now, if we lose our 300s on parlays and the Chargers win, which we think they will, we'll still be a net positive 348 on the week. So think about it that way.
All right, so we'll take the Steelers. Am I allowed to buy points in parlays?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brian, are you still constructing?
Yeah. Actually,
Wow.
no, I was gonna do the Jets, but I just remembered not to do.
So,
I'm not saying you can't bet on the Jets. I'm just saying I wasn't putting the 700 on it. They might still be in my little parlay.
I was gonna
put
tease it down
together.
to a field goal just to be safe, and then parlay it with
Like, buy a half a point.
yeah, like Steelers 2.5, Jets 2.5.
I'll buy one whole point.
Yeah. But I don't know. Let's see. 216. It's only 100 for.
there's a loud silence in the room at the
224.
moment.
That's fine, though, if that's what you want to do. It doesn't have to be a huge...
Yeah, put
crowd
that
here.
in. Steelers, Jets, both -2.5.
Brian is dialed in.
100 to win. 224.
James, have you made the call on your bet?
I haven't, but you can go.
So, after a short constructing period, Similar to a mafia-built casino, I have constructed and am willing to lose the investment on the Big Dick Swing of the Week,
224, you said, Brian?
a.k.a. the BDSOW. Here we go. Got the Miami Dolphins -2.5. We got the Indianapolis Colts
Hold
minus...
on. You got to slow down.
Oh, jeez.
Indy?
Indy -3. The Buccaneers +7.5. The Los Angeles Rams money line. Jacksonville Jaguars -3. We have Mr. Achan for 2+ touchdowns.
2+ touchdowns.
An Xavier Speedster worthy for an anytime touchdown. That is a 7-pick parlay. That brings you to +29,687. 7 picks on the slip.
100 to win $29,787.
$687, sorry.
If it somehow hits.
$687.
Crazy.
And 76 cents.
All right.
Don't forget
I'm not forgetting the cents, dude. If it makes dollars, it don't gotta make sense, though.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Income is income.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Interesting.
If we
stuff.
get an early Big Dick Swing of the Week hit here, I'm gonna start fucking betting on preseason hockey.
Can someone
big
give me their
BDSOW.
DraftKings app? And then filibuster while I construct this, because there's so many picks that I like off the board already, and I don't want to double down here. So I'm gonna do something a little silly.
Get silly over there.
Yeah,
Get
but
crazy.
yes, but no.
So Brian, what's your favorite sports takes right now?
Not much. I feel like we've been saying, week 1 was kind of weird, but it always is. A lot of panic initially. Everyone kind of thinks that things are just going to click. It's going to look the same way it did at the end of the season because they're so, the end of the season was the last thing they saw. So they're thinking it's going to go exactly the same way. Not generally the case. I am seeing a lot of fantasy panic amongst a lot of players. I think a big thing this week was only 5 touchdowns for tight ends the whole week.
Yeah, it was
a very talent depleted position. I think it was the worst week for tight ends in fantasy in a very long time.
But if you held on to Kyle Pitts, you got your third or fourth touchdown of his career this week. So
yeah, I mean, tight ends never really been my big position. It was nice to see Mike Evans get 2. I think a big concern with a lot of people this year was, it's always when's the fall off year, and Evans has, I feel like, been in is this the fall off year territory for the last 2 to 3 years.
But now he holds the record for most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons.
Seems fine. Him and Chris Godwin look great. Rashid Rice looks great. I think Buggy Irving down the line will eventually, start eating some carries away from him. He looked pretty good when he got the ball.
You said Rashad White or
Bucky Irving came in. He had a couple runs and he looked very good when he was running. Nothing crazy, but every time he got the ball, it was 10-15 yards. So looked good. That's pretty much it. Week 2 always scary.
Yeah,
because I feel like week 2 is the injury week. That's
where
everyone gets hurt.
The Grim Reaper's coming.
Yeah.
But my big take: Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford have not missed a fucking beat.
Yeah, I mean,
with the addition of Nakua, Kyron, Blake Corum, who didn't see a touch.
Right.
But that Rams team, just like I said earlier in the season, they just keep churning out because they said fuck them picks. And you know what? They're still riding it, and Stafford still wants to keep going. McVay's still the fucking coach. That defense is while depleted, still efficient. And they get after it. And the Lions, who are a breakneck team, they're going to run through your mouth. They're going to throw in some crazy plays. They got Sam Laporta. They got weapons everywhere. They got Jameson Williams. They still held them to within 6, and they did not cover, but they brought them to overtime. So it's a very interesting team to look at, especially for me. And
just a quick ad-lib before Hawk gets into his points real quick, because I heard this before. If you have Cooper Kupp on fantasy, without Nakua in the lineup last week, a 44.5% target share,
which is insane.
Which I did
absolutely insane.
Which I did stack up in our fantasy league on Stafford and Cooper Kupp, but I did not start Stafford last week. Yeah. But I am this week.
You should be.
I took Caleb though, so I was like, let me trust.
Why you guys are talking about fantasy? I went into Monday night this week down just shy of 20-ish, right? My man had Christian McCaffrey and Greg Zuerlein. I had Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, and George Kittle. He subs Christian McCaffrey for Jordan Mason.
Oof.
I went into Monday night with a 93% chance to win the game. And it got bloody fast. So that's that. My parlay, it is a parlay. It's for 1 unit, the price of $100. It is an anytime touchdown parlay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's only 3 legs. What are you laughing about?
I've never seen you do this.
Said he was getting silly.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson,
Oh no.
Jaden Daniels,
Mm.
plus 1,018.
My friend, that is silly. Not as silly as the big dick swing.
100 to win 1,018. Well, it's 28,000 less odds than most. It's only 1,000. It's only 10 to 1.
Can't argue with that.
It's only 10. It's only 10 to 1. It's not 29 to 1.
It don't gotta make sense if it make dollars.
Yeah, but it's not going to. Mine might. Yours won't.
Dude, you better fucking. You better hold to your fucking
One of these
word.
weeks.
You better hold to your word.
What did I say to him? What did I say to you last week? He goes, if I hit the big dick swing of the week, can I get $200 next week instead of 1? And I said, if you hit the big dick swing of the week, you could have $500 next week. Dude.
No, you said I could have all fucking 1,000.
You're right, I
I'd give
did.
you 1,000.
I get, yeah, on the big dick swing of the week, and that way we.
I
could
feel
just
pretty
put
good
down
this week
1,000.
about the big dick swing. I'm not.
I
gonna
always
lie.
feel good. Look, I always feel good. I always feel good about my picks at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
By 1:30,
Which is one of the worst.
I'm
sports
thinking about
financial
donating
zones.
blood plasma. So just to recap. Brian's parlay got two leg parlay. The Steelers minus 2.5, and then the Jets minus 2.5. We are buying 1 point down on the Jets. That is 100 to win 224. I just said my anytime touchdown parlay, 3 quarterbacks, all that like to use their legs. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels. That's 100 to win 1,018. The Big Dick Swing of the Week, the BDSOW, brought to you by Beanies in September. Miami minus 2.5, Indy minus 3, Tampa Bay plus 7.5, Rams money line, Jacksonville minus 3, Devin A-Chain two plus touchdowns, Xavier Worthy 1 anytime touchdown. That's 100 to win $29,687.76. And then what I would really call like the absolute diamond cutter, the absolute lock of locks for us this week. It's got to be because we're putting all of our fucking eggs in this basket for the most part. Chargers minus 6 over the Carolina Panthers, who are garbage, who are run by a trash fucking owner.
Who is a better receiver?
I don't know
the
how
Panthers or the Chargers.
I don't know how many pro teams in America went from one dog shit owner to a worse one.
Yeah.
So consecutively. I feel for the people for what's going on down there in Carolina. That's 700 to win 648 on the Chargers minus 6. I will leave you guys with this because I meant to bring it up before and we never got to it. Talking about those weapons in the Chargers locker room there and the fall off and what they got going on. Do not forget, you're right, all those guys that we named before are all there. 3 to 5 weeks from now, DJ Chark is coming back.
Right.
Who is sitting in my IR spot.
DJ Chark should be an intermediate to deep threat for them. Especially it's going to free guys off of Josh Palmer. I think it's going to be one of those underrated additions when he comes off of the IR list. Anywho, that's all I got.
That's the Parlay-Vous podcast this week, brought to you by Beanies in September, as well as
House of Havoc Podcasting, Stay Thirsty Company, Justin Chop Shop of West Hampton Beach, and now new location in Santa Maria on Montauk Highway, just north of Mastic, and Dino Skate Park. Peace out.
stay tuned.